He left his run till very, very late, and he almost got on the end of Rat's free kick. If you look at it again, it's Salamenko number 9 almost at the bottom of your picture, who leaves his run the latest, and in fact he was put off his header by Sodofiev, who just challenged him at the last moment and took the sting out of the header towards goal. Savichev, Gitsalov. Oh, he squeezed it back and away by Luzhny, and as soon as Kiev come close, Torpedo go to the other end and prove that they too are still a force to be reckoned with. Still 0-0 though, although this is turning out to be a fascinating game. Luzhny. That was a fair challenge, I feel, but Luzhny's taken a knock on his knee and is in a great deal of pain. Here he comes again down the right-hand side. And the defender took the ball quite cleanly, but unfortunately the man came with him. And he looks in a great deal of pain, Luzhny. And he's not certain whether he's able to continue in this match. Worried looks on the bench of the Kiev officials. And for the moment, Kiev are down to 10 men. Kovac in a little bit of trouble. Sloppy play, but managed to get it back to his goalkeeper. So just over 5 minutes to go to half-time. Still 0-0. And here's Grechnev for Torpedo. Alexander Grishin, former under-21 international, takes on the Kiev defence single-handed. 1-2 with Grishin. 1-0! Oh, the Kiev defence opened up before him, and Alexander Grishin has stunned his crowd by giving Torpedo Moscow the lead. It's Dynamo Kiev 0, Torpedo Moscow 1. Look how easily Kiev's defence was opened up by that 1-2. And full credit to Grishin, because when he saw Chanov ahead of him, he took his time and killed a shot wide into the bottom right-hand corner. And that means the scoreline reads 1-0 to Torpedo. Well, that goal, I think, was coming for the previous 20 minutes, because Kiev had relaxed their grip on the game. And in the end it was some sloppy defending which undid them. Now, how can Kiev come back into this match now? They'll want to pull something back before half-time, that's for certain. Rats just couldn't control the ball, it's out of play on the far side. Kiev desperately need to win this game. Luzhny's still hobbling away on the far side. Kiev desperately need to win this one to keep on the shirt tails of Spartak Moscow, the current league leaders. Ball cleared by Kovac. Anywhere will do for Gitsalov. I think Torpedo will be happy now to hear the half-time whistle. Although you can't say that goal came against a run of play. Torpedo had threatened and threatened, and they didn't heed the warning. Litovchenko now. Luzhny. Mihайличенко! Oh, against the crossbar. The keeper, I think, did well to push it against the bar. But Kiev tried to come back immediately with an equalising goal, and Mihайличенко wasn't too far away from it. Luzhny's cross. A late run by Mihайличенко. I think the goalkeeper fisted it onto the crossbar. Mihайличенко can only hold his head in frustration. Yaramchuk back to Luzhny, away by Kovac. It's been a splendid first half, and Torpedo Moscow look like they're going to end the first half with their goal intact. Ball out of play on the far side. Litovchenko will take the throw. Kiev desperate to get on level terms. Mihайличенko couldn't win it inside the penalty area. Torpedo smuggle it clear. Torpedo have got a long way to go to the full-time whistle. I don't know how they're going to manage in the second half. If they're thinking of playing out time and trying to hold a lot of men behind the ball. But they have the lead at the moment as Litовченко tries to put a crossover. It comes off the back of Afanaslev. That'll be a corner to Kiev right at the death of the first half. Litовченко will take it again. Mihайличенko is the one with a bandaged knee, rises for the ball. The goalkeeper took the ball over his head, Savichev. And it's Shrimbenkov who gets it clear. Easily intercepted though by Lужный. Balь, Yaremchuk. Balь again. Chudnov just managed to challenge Mihайличенко at the right time. Bessonov. Mihайличенко. Grechnev releases the ball nicely to Gitzelov, and Torpedo are hitting Kiev on the break. Well, I have a strange suspicion is Gitzelov might try and waste a bit of time over on that far side. Chudnov. Grechnev again. Nikolai Savichov. Shrimbenkov. Oh, I say, that was a tremendous save by Viktor Chanov. Shrimbenkov so close to making it 2-0 for Torpedo. And that was an international class save to deny Shrimbenkov. He really got hold of it. And Chanov did well to beat the ball away. I'm not sure Torpedo will have time to take this corner. We're deep inside injury time at the end of the first half. In fact, that is the end of the first half. The opening 45 minutes, which saw Torpedo Moscow take the lead through Alexander Grishin. And right at the end, Shrimbenkov, in the Soviet match of the day, Dynamo Kiev trailed Torpedo Moscow at home by 1-0. The only goal of the match so far scored by number 11, Alexander Grishin. You're looking at Igor Belanov, the Kiev number 11, who's just been injured down below us, and he looks in a great deal of pain after falling off balance after trying to cross the ball. Belanov's such an influential player for Dynamo Kiev. We'll look at that incident again. I think he was fouled by Sorovyev, who was following through, but just his knee twisted. He was slightly off balance. And he's going to need a little bit of treatment. He's able to continue. And it's Kiev who are playing from right to left in the second half, who are on the defence now. Shrimbenkov fouled by Bessonov. In fact, it's Savichev, the captain, who's the man brought tumbling to the ground. Free kick to Torpedo Moscow. And the 35,000 fans inside this stadium getting more and more impatient for their Kiev side to pull back level. Although Torpedo have shown that they too can knock the ball around, they too can mount their own attacks, and more importantly, they've shown they can score. 1-0 they lead, and it's Kiev who pick it up now. Yaremchuk. Neat skills. Round 3 now so far. Yaremchuk looking for Litовченко. Didn't quite find its way through to him, and Valery Savichev, 28-year-old goalkeeper of Torpedo Moscow, will get it clear. Here's Chudnov, the midfield man, former youth international. Kuznetsov, probably one of the most famous names in Soviet football. That's not a very good pass though to Salamenko. Salamenko complains bitterly. And Torpedo bring it clear again. Can't really stress the close relationship Dynamo Kiev have with the national side. 7 Soviet current internationals in the Kiev lineup. And also the Dynamo Kiev manager, Valery Lobanovsky, the national team manager as well. In fact, Kiev about to make a substitution because Belanov is unable to continue in this match, and they'll bring on Sergei Zaец very, very shortly indeed, as soon as the ball gets out of play. But it's Torpedo in possession in the white. Shrimbenkov. Touch on by Savichev. The cross is by Grechnev, only half cleared. Shrimbenkov can't win it back. His opposite number 10, Yaremchuk, does. Mihайличенко was hobbling in the first half. Litовченко splendidly away from Kovac. Now he's got 2 in the middle to aim for. Salamenko is one of them. There's Bessonov. Oh, was he fouled? Referee says no. Salamenko must score. No, it's away by Kovac. And how did Torpedo Moscow smuggle the ball out of play? The man making a song and dance about it is Alexander Gitsalov, and Kiev desperately unlucky on that occasion. Mihайличенко, he's lost it. Yaremchuk, well, he's managed to ride a couple of challenges. The cross is not a particularly good one. Savichev will pick it up with some ease, although Kiev will claim that Bessonov was fouled before he released that ball to Salamenko, and they'll say they were very, very unlucky not to have a penalty. I think they would have opted for the penalty rather than that missed chance by Salamenko. And Kiev have it again. Vasily Rats deep inside his own half of the field. Yaremchuk showed far too much of the ball to the defender. Gitsalov will watch the ball go out of play. It's been a fascinating battle, and Torpedo have some defending to do if they've got thoughts of pinching 2 points for a win from this match. Afanaslev. That's a splendid run by Yuri Savichev. The cross is only half dealt with by Luzhny. The other Savichev, Nikolai, just wide of its target. It looked spectacular, but Nikolai Savichev wasn't too far away. His brother supplied the cross, Luzhny supplied the poor header. That's how close the shot was. Viktor Chanov tried to cover it, and it's Chanov who bowls the ball clear. Meanwhile, Kiev have made their substitution. That's Sergei Zaец on the field now. He's come on for Belanov, who was injured at the start of the second half. Gitsalov. Splendid run by Yuri Savichev again. You might notice in Soviet football that nearly all the players on the pitch are most adept at either attacking or defending, and it's no surprise to see a defender take the ball up towards the opponent's penalty area and skip round a couple of challenges almost in the mode of an attacker. And it's not too surprising either to see a centre forward back inside his own penalty area defending. Well, here's a great chance of Bessonov to equalise. No, it's somehow got away by Chudnov. And Bessonov, who'd come forward from midfield and who's now joined the Kiev attack, made the most of that mix-up between Shrimbenkov and Savichev. And there's number 10, Shrimbenkov, who makes a real meal of the clearance, puts his goalkeeper off. Number 2, Bessonov, almost found the net for the equaliser. There he is, looking very disappointed. Corner though to Kiev. They're getting closer and closer. Litовченко will take the corner kick. Goalkeeper punched it clear. Yaremchuk almost won the ball, but it's Gitsalov who does and takes it over the halfway line. Grechnev calling for the ball, he's clean through, he's round Chanov, and he's scored! Would you believe it? 2-0 to Torpedo. A huge hole appeared in the middle of the Kiev defence. Savichev noticed it, so too did Grechnev. Here's Savichev's through ball. Grechnev was yelling for the ball. He calmly took it past Chanov, then thought he'd overrun it. Bal tries to get back and whip the ball away. Didn't manage to do so, and Grechnev makes it 2-0. Well, they're surprised here in the Central Stadium, to say the least. Kiev expected to win this game. They won the corresponding fixture 3-0 last season, and now they're 2 down. They've got a long way back if they're going to salvage anything from this match. Interestingly enough, you know, in Soviet football, once you've drawn 11 games, you get nothing if you draw a 12th. So too many draws by the end of the season isn't going to help anybody. So really, Kiev now need to score 3 goals if they're seriously going to consider getting anything from this match. Going into today's game, they'd already drawn 8 games. They don't want to draw a 9th. So it's a big step for them now, and they're looking for 3 goals to overturn this Torpedo Moscow lead. Kuznetsov. Ball intercepted by Bessonov. And it's Torpedo again. They look rather a battered side at the moment. They've lost Belanov with an injury. Mihайличенко is hobbling. But here come the walking wounded. Salomenko. Luzhny. That was desperately close, but into the side netting. Still 2-0 Torpedo lead then. That was a nice layoff by Salomenko, the number 9. Luzhny set the goal in his sights, but in fairness, Sarychev, the Torpedo goalkeeper, had that near post covered. Oh, here's Bessonov. Shouldn't have been allowed to win that ball back so deep inside the Torpedo half. And here's a breakaway attack. Savichev. Grechnev on the far side. Kuznetsov will easily mop up the back of his own defence. A lot of these Soviet stars, you know, are playing to attract some foreign eyes. The Soviets, if they play abroad, are feted and paid very highly by their own standards, although by foreign standards they come very cheap. It's estimated that their wages only come to about £200 a week, and the remainder of the money left over paid by the foreign club goes straight back into the coffers of the Soviet Football Association. So it's in the Soviets' interest to get some of their players abroad, and so many have been doing well abroad, although I understand that the goalkeeper Rinat Dasayev is struggling a little bit at Seville. Kidiatulin's gone to Toulouse. Blokhin went to Austria. Zavarov and Alinenkov went to Juventus, so there's money to be made there. And all of a sudden, the Soviet players who shone so brightly in the 1988 European Championships in West Germany, when the Soviets got to the final only to be beaten by Holland, have attracted foreign attention, and that man certainly attracted foreign attention, Vasily Rats, who went to Espanyol, although he's now returned to Soviet football. Well, if Kiev have any real ambitions of clawing anything back into this game, they're leaving it late. And if they do claw something back, we're going to see a rousing finale. There's 2-0 Torpedo lead. Torpedo often regarded as the poor relations of Muscovite football, with the top players in the capital heading for Spartak or Dynamo. Remember, Spartak Moscow currently lead the Soviet Premier League, 35 points from 22 games. So Torpedo very much the unfashionable side, but nothing unfashionable about this scoreline, which reads Dynamo Kiev 0, Torpedo 2. Yaremchuk. Hasn't even got the throw. It'll be taken by Afanaslev. Chuganov. Here come Torpedo again. Alexander Gitzelov. Kovac. All given away rather disappointingly. Yaramchuk. Bessonov. Bessonov is moving forward now for Kiev, the number 2. And from his usual position in midfield, he's now playing as an out-and-out striker. Kiev playing with 3 strikers. Zaец over to the far side. Luzhny rode 1 challenge, rode a second. Litovchenko. Goalkeeper did well to beat it away. Hook back in, looking for Mihайличенko's header, just wide, or just saved rather. Mihайличенko hobbling more and more. Litovchenko found half a yard. His shot was a fierce one. The goalkeeper beat it away. It was Salamenko who hooked the ball over his head, and Mihайличенko's header retrieved on the far post. 2-0 to Torpedo. Litовченко again, clever little back heel, too clever by half for his teammate. Although Bessonov with his strength has won it back. That's not a bad looking shot by Salamenko, but it's wide of its target. And somehow Kiev look a little bit tired as they come forward. It was a more hopeful shot than a one in anger or with finesse or power by Salamenko. Maybe Torpedo with a 2-0 cushion are beginning to believe they can win this match. It'd be one heck of a coup if they did. Litовченко again. Chugnov, some splendid defending. How about that for a midfield player come defender? Well, the final pass wasn't particularly good. The defending was excellent. Zaец. Litовченко. Zaец goes around the outside in a good crossing position. Bessonov arriving. 2-1. He's pulled a goal back, and Kiev's ploy of moving Bessonov forward as a makeshift striker has paid off, because Zaец got round the outside, the substitute. Mihайличенко went for the initial header, couldn't get there. Bessonov did. 66 minutes gone of this game. Kiev 1, Torpedo Moscow 2. Kiev, the capital of the Soviet Republic of Ukraine. Most of Dynamo's players are local and think of themselves more as Ukrainians than Russians. It's a bit like the northeast of England, their passion for football here. At the moment they're looking rather worried about their centre forward Salamenko, who took a blow in his ribs. Free kick quickly taken, the ball is in, it's Zaец who's equalised. Torpedo Moscow caught a goal there, because that free kick was taken very quickly, and Zaец took advantage of that. Drilled it low and hard past Sarichev, and it's 2-2. They're on their feet here in the stadium. Sarichev was beaten by Zaец's shot, the substitute, and he's making quite a habit of it, because that's his second equalising goal in the last 4 matches at 2-2. And maybe Dynamo Kiev will accept they've had a long, hard fight back into this match, and having been 2 goals down at one stage, maybe they're going to have to settle for this result. As we enter time added on by the referee at the end of this match. It's Kiev on the attack. a long chase to Šmatovalenko. Now, can he get over his cross? He can. Bessonov almost managed to turn. The ball just broke off his thigh. Who still hasn't broken down. Here's Balь. Not too many people leaving this stadium. I think one or two of them believe the third goal's in the offing. It would be very, very late if it went in now, though. Balь again sweeping up at the back of his own defence.